So Holly has decided to give an afternoon foal for us, so we have gotten her in the barn, and we should have a baby here shortly. Good girl, Holly. It's a good girl, Holly. Yeah, so Holly's having her foal. It's a good girl, Holly. Yeah, she's being nice and having a daytime foal for us. Yeah, it's very convenient having it right in the middle of the day. She's a good girl, Holly. Yeah. She's a good girl. We've had a fair few number of daytime foalings. They say that the more daylight your horse is exposed to, the more likely they are to go in the day. They're also very relaxed with us around, so they don't necessarily try to hide it. Good girl, Holly. I know. It's hard. Girl, Holly. You want in? No, wait. Good girl. Yeah, she's been kind of teasing us off and on all week. Well, she's farther from the wall than Rosie was when she foaled Wally. It looks dark so far, Ashley. Holly is a Dunalino, so she carries both the cream and the Dungene.
I'm wondering if she's watching.
The line while you're calling.
It's dark, nervous. Yeah. Books and colts, I guess. I'm gonna hover over you. Sorry for throwing you off your horse. It's okay. This is more exciting.
Yes, they're each unique in how they present and how they foal.
Are you okay if I take a video of it? She's like, I don't know. Surprise, I'm gonna blow a video.
Good girl, Holly. She's a good mama. She's a good girl.
Jump down so fast, my square bill jumped out the back. It's somewhere out there.
She's a good girl, Holly.
Did you get over?
Good girly. Good girl. I know, mama. She's good, mama. I know, Holly. We'll get some dinner when this is done. Nice warm mash. Yes.
She went tight to the wall last year, too. She hasn't cast herself yet. She's also good at doing that. She has time.
I was gonna say she's
There you go, Mama. I might have to help those legs. Right into the ball.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got more room than Rosie did. Can you see if that was just a car that just pulled in? And Caitlin?
So I might have to assist with pulling the pole just where it's right up against the wall. See what she can do on her own, but I'll have to probably shape the pole downwards. Help me get around. I don't always choose the best places to lay to have babies. There's no one there. So what I'm waiting for is for her to start contracting, and you always pull with the contractions, and you pull down towards their hocks, which is this part of the body here. You never pull straight out, you never pull up, because you're more likely to tear the mare. And possibly dislocate some limbs on the foal.
We had her outside during the day. When she started foaling, we brought her in so she'd have a clean bed to foal on. We didn't get a chance to put down the hay or more shavings because she went very quickly. And we are in our spring, so everything is wet. So we don't want them foaling outside as it's not clean and there's more risks to the foal and the mare. Holly. It's there's been some people already saying that. I say, as of her in time, she has more room than Rosie did.
Yes.
That's about how much room she had last year.
Yeah. She has a bit more room than Rosie did with Wally, but I mean, she is hugging the wall pretty good.
If it's a filly, I should name it Eva.
You can lose both your mares and foals, whether they're inside or outside. With our climate and our weather, we prefer to have them in and bring them in where they're foaling, but they are out during the day and as much as possible. But it's healthier to have them in where they can be clean, not full of mud.
Oh, there's just contracting now too.
Again, pulling with the contractions, just where she's so close to the wall, pulling down towards the mare's hock. Want to make sure you're not pulling if you have to assist. You don't want to pull when the mare is not contracting, and you do not want to pull any other way than towards the hock. No, we can't get her up right now. She is a 1,000-pound animal.
Her contractions aren't very close together yet either, so once they come on fast and strong, then it's a lot easier for her to start pushing. You see how she has these big breathing breaks in between the contractions. She has a couple of contractions, has a couple of pushes. So she's still in the very early stages of labor.
That would be neat. She's given us all fillies so far, so a colt would be different. Yes, we usually have hay down when we're foaling. As I say, we were not expecting her to go this early. We were just rebedding and cleaning the stall. She's taking a break. She's not actually contracting right now. She's still in early labor. Once her contractions get closer together, there'll be more pushing, less breathing time in between. Yeah. Seeing if we can get her up so she can maybe move away from the wall, but she does not seem so inclined to do so. No, she's not really pushing right now. As I say, her contractions are not overly close together right now. She's still in fairly early labor, even though the head and front legs are presenting. As she proceeds through labor further, the contractions will get closer together. She'll start pushing more. See if we can get her up, get her moving away from the wall. Yep, there's her contractions starting again. You can see the change in her body. You can see her starting to push. Kayla's again going to help try to guide the legs down towards the hocks where the foal is so close to the wall the way she's birthing. We do need to be careful about this because the mare is pushing. There you go, good job. And you only help pulling if and when the mare is contracting. So her due date was on Monday. We just weren't expecting her to go. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon here, local time. So we were thinking maybe tonight. Yes, we definitely always have to keep an eye on them and how they position themselves. No. She says, I want to foal right here. Yep, I'm going to stop this video for... No?
No, lead line. Give me a lead line.
Go in the tack room behind me. Yes.
There we go.
There we go. She likes rolling. You're fine. She got herself up.
Get up. Holly. Holly. Come on.
Trying to get her up away from the wall.
Come on. Hold her. Okay, hold her.
You do not pull when the mare is not contracting. You can cause way too much damage. You can tear the mare. You can dislocate limbs on the foal. We are professionals. Everybody in attendance has had veterinary experience. We foal out multiple mares a year. We wanted her up because she was so close to the wall and she rolled and got herself cast. We had tried several times before to get up her and she wasn't inclined, which is why we haltered her and made her get up and move. Now she's practicing a smarter position to lay down. When she's contracting, then you can pull, but only when she's contracting. Anything else, you can cause damage, you can rip the mare, you can dislocate shoulders and legs in the foal. There we go.
Paige, there should be a towel in the bin in there.
By the hay or in the other room?
The black bin, right there.
Behind
In
me.
the hay stall. Atta boy.
So we have a little colt.
Buckskin colt by the looks.
Looks like a buckskin colt is what we're guessing right now. That way. Blanket. Yeah, just see what else is in there. Should be towels farther down. No? Okay. Good mama. No. We never want to intervene unless it's absolutely necessary. This is one of Cruz's kids. So our home stallion. Everyone we have left to foal this year is bred to Cruz. I know. Danielle, can you close the doors, please? Well, Holly's mustache is just because that's how she sheds out every year. She loses it in the summer and over the winter, and then as she sheds out, it shows its presence again. He's pretty cute. So her mustache is just because of how she sheds out, so it's not present through the year. As she sheds out her winter coat, that she seems to keep her hair on her nose and her mustache a little bit longer than the rest. Yeah, they're a little bit on the cold side right now. They're just figuring things out. They'll warm up as they adjust and we'll get them all dried off.
It's over by the retacking room.
Yeah.
What type of that?
Just a dandy.
Baby brush.
If you go in my locker, Danielle, there's a grooming kit in it. We've done both live cover and AI. This foal was a live cover. Some of the shavings off the mare and the foal. Yep, he's all right.
They go from a very warm environment to the real world. So they will shake a little bit, but it's good because it gets their muscles activated. So it's actually to their benefit because their muscles have been pretty much still for so long.
They're worried because of how he's moving his mouth.
Oh, that's because he's chewing, so he's looking for the milk bar. And he hasn't figured out how to get to it yet. And the mare will shiver a little bit because she just exerted a lot of energy and they get a bit sweaty. So again, her muscles need to kind of relax. It's like, you know, when you get an adrenaline high and you get a little shaky afterwards. So that's kind of what Holly's experiencing right now. So we'll help her out as much as we can by cleaning her off, kind of brushing away some of the sweat.
So we like to have them on hay, not shavings or straw. In this case, we were not expecting her to go at 3:30 in the afternoon.
We are mucking her stall, getting it prepared. Where's that brook at, dude?
This is yeah, he is eager to get up and find the milk bar, but Mom's taking a good rest first and he's getting his energy. Yeah, there you did just get a mouthful of shavings. So if they do happen to get a mouthful of shavings where it says it's not ideal that we fold them on shavings, we do just clean them out. No, his owners will get to pick his name.
I'm coming, honey. I'm coming.
We'll have to find out for sure if he's taller or not than Xena and Tilly. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Is Tilly and Zion were when they were born or not? It's hard to get a height when he's still laying down. He's got long legs, that's for sure. I don't understand your question, Sherry. And in the wild, they have to. When they're not in the wild, they're safe and protected. It's good for them to lay down a little bit longer to get their energy reserves up, especially the mare, because she had to expend a lot of energy foaling.
Okay.
Nope, this is not a maiden mare. Holly has, this is what, her fourth foal? Fourth or fifth? Yes, all of our remaining foals are already purchased in utero. I'm going to stay out here while we're drying them off. That's where Holly's taking a good rest. We're going to do some of the drying off for her. Hmm? Hmm. Good man. No, they're doing fine. They don't need any help. They're good. We're drying them off, help get them dry, and everything else is good.
The water's running in Desi's paddock. Yeah. Do you mind turning it off and just pulling the hose out of the top? Just remember that now.
He's definitely got some long legs. Good girl, Holly.
One of the many reasons we use hay over straw is because it's actually nutritious for the mare to eat. It is not dusty and moldy like most straw is. It's an actual benefit to the mare.
If you want to end the live stream because you're not watching it, just close your Facebook page. We are going to keep it running for those that would like to watch. If anyone is being annoyed by the person that's being irritating, just ignore him, please. Both Kayla and I are busy and I cannot deal with him at the moment. We are foaling out a mare. Yes, he's got very long legs. So after foaling, we remove all of the wet bedding or soiled bedding from the stall. So they have a nice dry bed. We get hay down on top. We are guessing currently that he is a buckskin. We know he's a colt, but we're guessing buckskin.
Do you want to grab the blue wheelbarrow and bring that in?
He's pretty handsome. When she passes her placenta, we'll check it to make sure it's intact. There's no missing pieces. It all looks normal. But she hasn't passed her placenta yet. She did. He's hungry, and that's another reason we use the hay for bedding over straw, is that the mare is able to eat it and get nutritional value from it. And that way, if she's tired or doesn't want to leave her baby, she doesn't have to move away for her meal. Now, let me see if I can come in here, guys. Let's see if we can get a little shot of his feet. Kind of hidden. His foot's white, so you can kind of see the slipper at the top where he hasn't stood. It's where it's all still intact. Same on the other hind foot. You can see it's kind of started to lace at the back. His front feet are pointed away from me, and I'm not going to go over there right now. So next we're going to dip his navel if we can access it. Yep. Both mom and dad are registered American paint horses. Whoop. Says it's hiding. Kayla's just checking his navel, and then we're going to try dipping it. I don't know if you can get a really good picture, but we get the end of it in the bottle, give it a good dip. Make sure it's all nice and covered. There we go. Okay, handsome. He says that's okay. Yes, Cruz is the dad. We're drying him off just so he doesn't get a chill. all of our mares are good and relaxed with us around them, or else we wouldn't be in the stall. We'd be giving them their space unless absolutely necessary. But where we know that they're not stressed out by us being here, we will.
Yeah. It's your home now. I did that my house.
Good boy. Okay, I'm gonna back out of the stall just so you guys can see a little bit better, because being in the corner, I wasn't getting a very good view. His new owners will get to pick his name. For anybody watching the stream, if there is anybody commenting that is annoying you, please just ignore them. I know, handsome. You gonna try to stand up into the wall now?
We're not standing.
I guess.
I poured water on it.
Awesome. I'm gonna let it sit for like 10 minutes and then I'll put it in.
I don't know if that angle's gonna work there, little guy. He's pretty handsome. There, Mama decided to get up. Now we can move more of the hay around, more of the stall. As I say, we couldn't really bed where she was laying down before. Can you grab them in your park, please?
Yeah. Yeah, good baby. Move the leather on. I'll go to you.
They're just tossing into the corner for now, Paige. He's pretty handsome. She hasn't passed her placenta yet, so once she does pass it, yes, we will be checking it to make sure it's looks normal, everything's there, it's all intact. You can't really see, but if I look at Holly, you can kind of, like, it's really a bad angle, but you can kind of see where she's still got some things hanging out of her, so her placenta is still inside of her at this point. It's just this. It kind of gives you a better angle. You can see that she hasn't passed her placenta yet. We're gonna tie up what's hanging just so that it doesn't get all trampled. It's pretty handsome. She said she was going to get in contact with me. She said she was going to call me back to reschedule. Danielle, I think, went to see Desi.
It's got almost the same marking down the right as Ion.
Hmm. He's a good boy. Yes, you are. See, Holly's just happily eating right now, getting some energy back. He's a good boy. Trying to get her cleaned off a little bit, brushing her off. He's got a nice racing stripe going down his front leg. Yep.
Just with the towel in it. Yeah. Shavings stuff.
So we usually wait till the foal is at least a week old before we turn them out with other mares and foals, just so we know the mom and baby are good and relaxed with each other. The foal has their feet under them nicely. It's got some energy up and strength up. Less likely for accidents and injuries to happen that way.
And the scissors are over when I jacket it up.
Yes, Steele is still here. He's hanging up out in one of the other paddocks with his buddy Fergus. The vet out when they're around a day old. He does a full physical, make sure everything looks good. Everything's healthy for their insurance papers. We also do an IgG snap test to make sure he got enough colostrum. If any parts of the placenta are missing or she's having trouble passing it or it looks irregular, then we have to get the vet out to look at her as well, as that can be a sign of a retained placenta. It can lead to infection and other issues. Can you put that on the cart, please? I don't need to hold it. Getting the fresh bed down the other side of the stall, which is what we prefer to use for a base for the hay. It's a little colt. Once he's up and standing in nurse, we will height and weight tape him to see how tall he is, see how much he weighed at birth. Hi, handsome. Thanks, Carrie. The slippers will start wearing off once he's up and moving around.
Do you want to take one of the shavings bags or food bags and cut it open, just lay it flat so you can put the placenta on when she passes it?
Say that again.
Take one of the shavings bags or food bags and just cut it so it lays flat so you can lay the placenta on it when she passes it.
Okay.
There's a floor over here. Yeah. You may want to open the second one because it's
It's a little bit cold. He was just born. The inside of their mums is very warm, and out here, even though it's warmer than, say, when Tilly and Zion were born, I still have multiple layers on. He is still damp, which is why we're drying off with a towel. His new owners will get to pick his name. Whoop. Just trying to rotate him a little bit so he has more success at getting up, so he's not trying to stand into a wall. Seems to be the theme of the day, horses wanting to do things into walls. Well, they can pick his name whenever they want to. They haven't met him yet. I think they're watching the stream, but...
In the grocery store.
Yeah, they were in the grocery store when we called to tell them that Holly was foaling. What are you doing, handsome? Takes a few attempts to get their legs under them. And sometimes they look very awkward while they're trying to figure them out. The good thing is at this stage they're very bendy. No, the Foal Alert definitely went off. We were just, since there was more of us here, able to shut it off quicker than we could with Trinity's. I don't actually remember where his owners live, Jasmine. New Brunswick. So unfortunately, with the state of things, they won't be able to come up and visit for a little bit, but he was born probably about 20 to 4. I have no way of seeing my clock at the moment, so I don't know what time it is. So it's about 4:24 now, so he's still less than an hour old. This is I can try. I think Holly's favorite part is her hay bed. He's just getting his energy up. So we'd like to give mom and baby time to bond and get used to each other, but we still will handle them, help them out, dry them off. I say we know the mare is not stressed out by us being in the stall and around and handling her foal, so we feel comfortable being in there. As Holly is obviously very comfortable with us being around. She is having fun, enjoying her hay bed to eat. Yeah. She said she did her job, now we can take care of him. Yes, he does have very long looking legs. Say we'll height and weight tape him once he is standing and is nursed and see how he compares to the other two. It's good because the more you can expose them to when they're young, the less they're going to have fear about, because this it all becomes normal. They have positive experiences, positive interactions with things, instead of negative interactions and negative experience. We've got 2 more foals still coming this year.
Halfway there.
Yeah, we've got 3 that have already foaled, 2 more due. Chica and Rio are currently not due till the end of the month, but Rio tends to go early and Chica went early last year, so we will see. He's got a good suck reflex. He just thinks Kayla's fingers should be a good place to get milk from. He's missed the getting up step. So once he figures that out, he'll start looking for the milk bar. Yeah, we've been drying him off with the towel. I know, they're long, aren't they?
90% legs.
Basically. Most of them are.
My favorite sound. So I'm sticking him to the side. There's no milk here. You've got to get up to find the milk.
Oh, I know. Every mare is different. Some mares like Holly are quite content letting us towel dry the foal off. Other mares like Trinity very much like licking their foal dry. Yeah. Holly likes her food. I know, you didn't have much space in there, do you? Did you, bud? Holly doesn't give her space much, Foals. So the socks we're referring to are the white on his legs. The slippers are little covering on the feet. Kayla's going to take the camera so you can come in and get a good view.
So when they're born, they don't have a normal shape to their foot. They've got these little slippers on it. They're very soft. They're basically the kind of the same material that their frog is made out of, and that basically protects the mare's uterus from their hooves, which are a very hard surface. So you can kind of see here, he's already starting to wear them away on this edge, and then he's got the slippers down here that are still soft, but as they kind of hit air, they start breaking apart. Maybe see on this foot here, so like all this area here in the front is going to fall off because it's all soft, spongy, and then this is their hard normal foot. So again, you can see here, slipper, that's all going to fall off up here, and that's their normal hard hoof.
So while we were looking at his slippers, Holly did pass her placenta, so going to remove that from the stall and check it over to make sure everything's good, everything's intact, looks normal. Need to shift slightly so we can get the placenta because she wanted to step on it or part of it. Open to let Kayla out. And once she gets it all spread out, I'll let you see what it looks like. And this little dude's just going to continue napping for now.
No, that's when baby broke through.
It's a good man. All right, we're going to come over here. So if you don't want to see the placenta, you can not watch for a minute. This is our placenta.
This is their placenta. This is a nice, healthy placenta. It's got this really pretty purple color to it. These are all the veins that went to the umbilical cord. And we just want to check it over and make sure that there's no holes in it. This is all very healthy. It's all intact. So we flip it all over. You can also fill it with water just to make sure that no water seeps out of it. This is the part of the uterus that the baby was not living in. And this is the part of the uterus the baby was living in because it's all stretched out. And then here is where the baby broke through to be born. So this is the outside of the placenta. The darker red spot is where the baby was. The baby was inside here, being nice and protected. And yeah, so that's the placenta. It's a nice healthy placenta, and that's what we like to see.
All right, we're going to go back to the Mare and Foal now. He's decided to sit up sternal, working on finding his way up. Lots of long spindly legs to figure out. Whoop. He's doing good. He's getting all dried off. Mom's plaster placenta. Everything's looking good. Next we're going to work on is getting up. We're not drawing out the placenta. We spread it out to make sure that it was looking healthy, looking normal. There's no rips, tears, or holes in it. So it's all in one piece. If it looks irregular or if there's rips, holes, tears, pieces missing, that could be a sign that there will be issues or problems, infections in the mare. And we need to get the vet out. He's taking a little break, resting, getting his energy up before he tries to stand again. He's doing good. He says, I also like to lay against walls. He's probably just over an hour old at this point, so he's just taking his time. He's doing good. Yep, Mom's eating her hay. Now she's coming over to see us and the towel.
Whatever, I had a kid. Yes, like it, done.
Alright, kid, it's up now.
Sometimes when they're a little bit on the lazy side, a little bit on the tired side, we have to encourage them.
I'm gonna get your baby. Come on, kid. Wake up.
Some of them decide that standing is a little bit hard and more effort than it's worth.
What's he doing?
Oh, that feels so good.
I think
Ollie's also a mare that carries very tight with her foals, so she doesn't give them a whole lot of room in utero. So it takes a long time for their legs to kind of stretch out and get comfortable so that they're not cramped. He doesn't get the luxury condo.
Look at that. Come on. You're heavy.
There you go.
It's your baby, honey. It's your baby. It's okay. Don't touch it.
Whoop.
Try again. Try again. Come on.
Some of them are burned in 30 minutes. Some of them take a little bit longer.
Go. There you go. There you go.
Right now we're getting a blanket on him because he's a little bit on the cool side.
There you go.
A little bit nippy.
He's very tall.
So the verdict is so far that he is tall.
Easy, buddy. Leaning on.
Hold me up, Caitlin. My legs don't quite work yet.
And
Got this lovely blanket from Greenhawk St. John, thanks to Cindy.
Our baby's nice and toasty warm.
we do use dog blankets for our foals because they fit them really well. There's lots of extra sizes we can move up into. And they Velcro, so they're really easy to put on and take off.
No, you have to stand up yourself.
No.
You can't lean on me.
I can.
Watch me.
So if I remember, this is an extra large dog blanket. The older two, I think, are in the extra large by now, or triple XL, I guess. We just changed them to a new size blankie last night, so I couldn't remember what we moved them up into. They're a little bit wobbly when they first go up. They might fall down. That's okay. He's just figuring it all out. He's like, okay, I've got this standing thing, but I'm not so sure about the moving thing yet.
Walking thing might be a little hard. Don't shake. Definitely.
Oh, there you go.
Whoa. Whoa, how do these things work? Wobbly sticks are wobbly.
You're welcome. We try to answer as many questions as we can.
That one's not going to fit on more. No, you're going to outgrow it. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Look at those perfect white socks in the front. You're so cute. The milk bar is not Kayla. Kayla is not the milk bar.
Mommy's eating, so we might not need to go that way. She is hungry.
His new owners will pick his name.
They're currently brainstorming.
They are currently thinking. So his mom Holly over here is probably about 14 too. And what do we say Cruz is 15-1, 15-2 right now?
You can set his owner any other things. No, I haven't. Like nothing's going through for him again. So you can send.
Well, I don't even know if this is streaming off internet or off data.
It's probably off data, but like.
In which case, if it's been over an hour, I might have to shut this off before I kill my... Well, if I've got 2 more mares to potentially...
I don't know what she's
Hi.
Hey, handsome. Whoop. Yeah, he's just figuring out his legs, figuring out how to move around. Once he figures that out a little bit more, figures out his balance, then he'll start looking for the milk bar. He's making his way over to Mom. Holly is very concerned with her food, so...
Oh, I did that. I did. Move in my direction.
Thanks, Ashley. I'm just looking at my phone screen, so I can't see the timer at all. I'll probably keep the stream on for about another 10 minutes, then I'll shut it off, just so I don't, if I am on data, don't kill all my data. Let's see, he's got a good suck reflex. He's just not quite in the right area right yet. Yep. He just started looking. We'll let him find it on his own. He's doing fine.
2 hours. Or an hour, I guess.
He's got another hour to find it on his own before we start really trying to help him too much. Now, he's not going to find it on the wall, but he will quickly figure that out.
One last person in there.
Yeah. You don't really get a good guess of how tall or short they are when they're on the ground, but he definitely has some pretty long legs, and he's pretty tall, as I say, once he's got a little bit more of a grasp on his legs. He wants to get silly already. Gets a drink, then we will height and weight tape him to see how tall he is and how much he weighs. No, that's not for you, honey, bud.
I would just eat this instead.
Okay. Starting to do circles.
I'm figuring these things out.
Sitting right there, staring at the door.
I know. He says, I'm going places, Mommy. I know. Whoops. There you go, bud. Mom's just being patient, letting him figure things out, figure out his legs. You're not going to find anything in the corner, dude. Nope. It's a corner. Turn the other way, dude. Do you want to go rogue glide him out of the corner? Cruz is a buckskin. We're just gonna guide him out of the corner a little bit, since he thought he should turn the other way, and that was not working. Yeah, that's fine, just once he's out of the corner. He says, I got stucks. No, he hasn't figured out the reverse here. He's barely figuring out the forward yet. He said, this is still all new. Holly's about 14.2 and Cruz is about 15.1, 15.2. At this point, we're gonna let him try to find the milk bar himself. We guided him there a little bit just because he was stuck in the corner and couldn't figure his way out. If we get to the 2-hour mark and he still is having trouble finding it, then we'll help him. Right now, hi Holly, that was your nose right in front of the camera.
Caitlin, just give her legs a scrub.
She says, can I eat it?
Get your supper momentarily.
Now Caitlin's gonna come in and clean Holly's back legs a little bit if Foal wants to stay still enough and Holly wants to stay still enough. Get any dried blood or gunk off of them. See, none of our babies are scared of humans or anything. They all like the attention. None of our mares are either. So if the foals come over to us when they're figuring out their legs, we just move out of their way, let them figure it out. If that means we have to stop doing what we're doing, then we stop doing what we're doing. That's not your dinner, Holly. Hi.
Here to dinner.
Good boy.
Oh, Holly. Where do you think you're going, sir?
Away. Hi, handsome. She says I helped myself.
What?
She said she helped herself.
Yeah, she did help herself.
He's a good boy. Pretty sure he's going to be a buckskin. Now, Holly is happy because she is about to get her dinner.
Yes. She drank half the water.
Oh, that's fun.
Some are more interested than the other. She likes her babies. She takes care of her babies, but she's also quite content to let us dry them off, let them do their own thing. She very much likes her food as well, so. Yes, Cruz and Holly both belong to Meadowbrookstables. Oh, you got your foot in your mama's dinner. What time is it? You're quite welcome. We enjoy sharing with people. You're not giving me a very good camera angle right now, but you know. No. Oh. It's pretty impressive, Angeline. Her mustache.
He's so tall.
think you're too far back there, dude.
Yeah, you're chucking up the air.
He says, I like doing circles.
I'm just gonna run circles around my mom.
I like doing left circles. I don't think I've done any right circles yet.
No right, no backup.
I know. What are you doing, dude? That's not for you yet. You don't have teeth yet.
It's foaming at the bubbles. It's sucking. That's nothing.
No.
I'm not that cold. Why?
Always. When I say I'm always cold. What are you doing, dude?
Well, my mom wiped her grain all over me.
So if he hasn't found the udder in about another half hour, I guess, probably, if I'm looking at the timer, then we'll start helping him to assist. Good boy. I was waiting for you to put that back on.
I know we all get in here and we're...
Yeah, except my hands have been staying still, so they're like ice.
I have buzzing.
Another one. Probably fill it. Am I running up here? Maybe that's where your hay bale was. Possibly.
All right, I think I'm gonna cut this off just in case I am on data.
Yep.
All right, guys, I'm gonna end the live video for now. Feel free to watch in on our cameras. You can go to the Meadowbrookstables Facebook page to find the link. Oh, they're not on right now.
I'll go turn them on.
They'll go turn them on, and then you can see them. Thank you for joining us, and we'll provide lots of updates. Thank you.